Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is July 18, 2023, and today is Tuesday morning. So rotation continues. This time it's JP Morgan making new highs for 2023. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So starting out at 2:30 South African time, out of Canada, CPI number coming out, and out of the United States, same time, we have monthly retail sales coming out. Now looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the euro pushing higher versus the USD, and as we look at the indices, the NASDAQ and the Dow Jones on their dead highs. And looking at commodities, gold remains unchanged while oil retracing to $74 a barrel. Now looking at the stocks, Tesla on its highs as it's coming out with corporate earning reports tomorrow. Now looking at Apple, rebounding back on its highs once again. That was something we were looking at. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin unchanged. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. First, let's take a look at the Euro USD. Sure enough, this is where it becomes so super important, and I've mentioned this several times. We broke above that 200-day moving average. I did say, got to see what it's going to do afterwards. Is it going to make a correction afterwards, or is it going to continue? Sure enough, we're continuing. This is a solidified breakout at this stage, okay? I got that confirmation on the second week. Not only did we break out from last week into this week, but we're sustaining it. That's super important. Now, the next real resistance-ish level is 114.20-ish level. That's it. That's our goal, at least for now, okay? Now, I was anticipating perhaps, okay, this was the other option, that it would make a correction right after it made that spike. It would make a correction on the downside. It did not. It means that it's going to sustain itself. Now, how much further is it going to go? For now, we're not sure, but 1420 is my next resistance-ish level. So somewhere in between there is where I'm looking for, okay, as a possible resistance-ish level, and then retracing about 50% from that. Now looking at the GBP USD, did not go, okay? This for a Monday did not push higher. This means that the euro is changing character, or at least pushing higher for now, vis-a-vis the dollar, okay? And we've spoken about this, that normally the GBP is much stronger versus the dollar than the euro is stronger than the dollar, and we've seen that many times before. Now, I want to just highlight this just because it's important, and we've been on the back burner for quite some time, the Turkish Lira. Now, the Turkish Lira has seen new lows for the year. For the past about 2 weeks, it's been just flatlining at 26. This morning, it broke above it, okay? From yesterday to today, we've gone from 26 to 26.33. Not a big deal, okay, because that's really a small amount. But we're breaking out of the range, okay, which isn't a big deal. And then I'd like to see and keep monitoring it to see if it's going to go higher. And perhaps if it is, it'll be a decent opportunity there. Now jumping into commodities, looking at gold, we're trading at 1950, not doing much. If we're looking at crude oil, we did retrace a little bit, but we got a little bit of a bounce at $73 a barrel, and we're trading at 74. Okay, for right now, this has support at 73.30, so this could be a dead cat bounce, which means that it's just a short covering, and then it's going to further sell down. Now jumping into the US markets, Dow Jones on its dead highs and showing some strength. Now this is on the backbone of JP Morgan, one of the largest banks, the largest bank in the world, making great headlines, making new highs for the year. Now looking at the NASDAQ, we are on our dead highs. We're going into earnings season next week. Both Microsoft, Alphabet, and a bunch of others, including Microsoft, including Facebook, is coming out with earnings next week as well. So that's an important event. Now, in anticipation of that, let's take a look at JP Morgan on its dead highs of 153. Now, if we look at a weekly, that is super important because that means we broke out of 145, and sure enough, that was our continuation. Now, we're hitting a turbulent area, okay? Anywhere between 156 and 170 is a range-bound kind of trading environment. So I don't want to call any kind of resistance level at this stage, but I would like to see some follow through if the stocks are really, kind of making their shift out of this dead market. Now looking at Apple, this is also an important element because it did break back to its highs at 193, and it looks like it may take it even higher. Now, looking at the other stocks, if we look at Tesla as well, in anticipation tomorrow, it's coming out with earning reports. It's on its highs. If we look at a 1 hour chart, because a 4 hour chart kind of messes everything up because it's split. 290 is its highs, okay? And we are right there. So anticipation is going to come out with decent earnings. It did reveal that it's putting together its truck on the assembly line. Was quite sought after for quite some time. They fixed all the glitches in it. And he's not too of a small man to, you know, take the hit and take the criticism and, you know, fix it, okay? And that's what they did. They fixed the truck, and it should be, you know, on the assembly line and ready to go. So that should affect their bottom line as well. Now, looking at Bitcoin, doing nothing here at 30,000, the bottom of the range, and it has pretty much, for now, kind of showed us that even though it dipped yesterday below 29, it's still somewhat resilient at this stage until it breaks out either from the 29,800-ish level, okay, on the downside, or above 31,500. It's going to be trading in this range. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.